some of the things that families are showing up at the wrong soccer field. How many times, who has not done that before? I definitely have. Or forgetting to register your kid for swimming lessons. And I've definitely been there and done that too. Or parents are working and trying to move their career and advance their career while making sure that they gave everything to their kids, as many opportunities as possible. On top of that, the everyday household management, from maintaining your house to cooking dinner to shopping and little things, that everything adds up, right? And it just makes things, your day, much longer. And having Envia to take some of those tasks away from you will help automate some of those tasks so that you don't have to think, so that you're showing up at the right soccer field, or that you are paying for that hot lunch, or you didn't forget that, or you're not dashing out to the store for that last minute birthday present that your kid's friend is having a birthday party the next day.
Hello and welcome to episode 240 of the Quiet and Strong podcast, especially for introverts. I'm your host, David Hall, and the creator of quietandstrong.com. This is a weekly podcast dedicated to understanding the strengths and needs of introverts along with strategies for success. Introversion is not something to fix, but to be embraced. Normally, we will air each episode on a Monday. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite platform. Leave a review or a rating. That would mean a lot to me and help others find the show. Tell a friend about the podcast. Help get the word out there that introversion is a beautiful thing. Engilla Loo is a tech industry professional, entrepreneur, and co-founder of EnviaTogether, a platform designed to simplify family scheduling and reduce the stress of managing children's activities. With a background in technology and innovation, she has spent her career building solutions that enhance efficiency and improve everyday life. As a full-time working mother of two active girls, and a partner supporting aging parents, she understands the challenges of balancing work, family, and personal time. Through EnviaTogether, she is dedicated to helping parents reclaim their time and lighten their workload with smart AI-driven solutions. All right. Well, welcome to the Quiet and Strong podcast, Engilla. It's so good to have you on today.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. We're going to get into the work that you're starting, this company that you're launching. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to the work you're doing now.
So I'm Engilla. I have over 15 years in product management experience across different sectors. And I was working at Rackspace. While working at Rackspace, juggling that full-time career and kids and aging and sick parents, we were constantly battling, trying to keep track of all of our kids' schedules and activities and school stuff. And my husband and I would talk over dinner, and he said to me, I said, I wish there was a way to be able to solve this problem. And he said, why don't you solve the problem? So 8 months ago, I quit my job, and here I am. I started Envia.
Awesome. And we're going to get into Envia. But also, you're on the Quiet and Strong podcast and you're a fellow introvert. So tell us, what's a strength you have because you're an introvert?
My biggest strength has always been being a listener, a good active listener. I hear people's stories. I understand where they're coming from, and I give them the room to be able to talk and just explain who they are and how they present themselves. So they have that allowance, or to be able to really be able to be themselves. And because I'm a listener, it makes it easy for them to just keep talking. That's always been a great strength of mine. And it's also helped me to get to know people and learn people. So it's been an advantage at the same time to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we definitely can be good listeners if we're active, like you're saying, if we're an active listener.
Mhm.
I also think that as introverts, we're just part of what you were describing is you're also really observing what's going on. I think we're keen observers. I think that's something that we all share. It's a great gift to have.
Definitely. And I have been in meetings or in social situations. I've seen things that other people have not, and I would come back I'd say, did you notice that? And people would be like, I didn't see that. It's been an advantage to me at times. And also at times, maybe not so much.
Yeah. But sometimes that's the thing. It's like you see something maybe in a work environment where you're like, hey, why is that that way? Can't we do this better? And so we can be really keen observers and spot things that other people aren't necessarily spotting. So
Definitely agree. And I've had that happen to me quite a few times. It's been great, I think, in some ways. Yeah.
also on this show, we bust myths. Is there a myth about introversion you want to bust today?
People think you're shy, but I'm not shy. I'm just an introvert. There's a difference. I have no problem in talking to people or going up to people and asking questions. It's just that I'm an introvert. I recharge differently. They mistake that for shyness.
Yeah, that's a big one that we bust on this show. And it's yes, we like people. We're just deep thinkers. You
Yes,
know, we need time to recharge, like you're saying, and we also need time for a lot of things. We need time to think. We need time to process. We need time to prepare. And it's we like people, but there's a balance in there, but it definitely doesn't mean we're shy. I know some very confident and outspoken introverts, but they're deep thinkers. And that's often what makes them brilliant is that deep thinking part, but it doesn't make them shy, like you're saying.
I agree. And because you're a deep thinker, you're constantly analyzing and observing and making jumping or not jumping to conclusions, but help getting that information, analyzing it and making observation based on those analysis. It helps you observe, or what's the word I'm looking for? It helps you understand the situation much better. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you were saying that, I was like, yeah, we can't help it. We're going to analyze things. It's our gift. And we're going to think about things, observe, reflect. It's a gift that we have. And why I do this show is because often these things are misunderstood. It's we need everybody. We need introverts, we need extroverts, but we need to understand each other's gifts.
Exactly. There's a balance between the two, the introverted world and the extroverted world, and I think I've I've noticed I tend to be attracted to extroverted people.
Yeah, they have their gifts for sure.
And I really enjoy talking to them and hearing their stories, and so it's great. I think it works well for me being an introvert.
Yeah. And along those lines, we're definitely in the show today. We're going to talk about your work that you're going to do to help busy families with time and schedules and all that. But what about you as an introvert? How do you manage your time and productivity, and your need to recharge? How do you manage all that as individually?
There are a couple of things. I'll be honest, I have a lot of post-its. Prioritization is my number one technique. I have a long list of things and I prioritize that constantly in terms of what the needs are and what deadlines are. And then the second thing, in terms of recharging, I find that if I give some time for myself, and that's when I prioritize myself as well in that I know I need to go for a run a few times a week, or I need to do some form of exercise to help me recharge, to help me think better, to help me sleep better. So I make sure I have time for that. And that's the conversation with the kids, with the husband. It's like, hey, I need my run today. I really need to get out. And they get that and they help and they work around that schedule as well. And we help each other to recharge and we help each other to make sure that we give them time and allowance to go do that without feeling like you're burdening them.
That's so key is being able to share with our loved ones or the people we're working with. It's like, here's what I need. I care about you deeply, and let's do this thing this other time. But right now, I need to take a run, or I need to do this. And that is so key to be able to just articulate those needs. And they're not strange, they're just what you need, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you a better person, a better partner, a better
Oh,
mom,
yeah.
a
Well,
better
well, well
coworker.
said. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like this is what I need to be my best.
Yeah.
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 So if we can explain that to people, that's part of our success.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so you're launching EnviaTogether. Tell us about that. What's your mission?
So Envia is an AI assistant for families to automate all their incoming messages from schools, sports clubs into one shared digital space with predictive AI. But it also kind of brings your entire support system in one space as well. Like, for example, I know a lot of families have their grandparents or an aunt or an uncle or a family helping out or a caregiver, and you want to make sure that they're included in that as well. So we want to bring your entire support system, your network into one space so that you're not micromanaging or you're not writing notes or sending texts so that everybody has the same information at the same time. And that reduces your administrative task where you're manually entering stuff into the calendar, reminding your kids, reminding your husband, creating extra invite calendar so your kids don't forget, your husband don't forget, your partners don't forget. This does all that automatically for you. It's to help parents to provide them some cognitive relief, knowing that today's day and age, modern parenting is hard as it is, and then juggling your work, juggling your kids, juggling other things in life. It's just how can I give them some time back and some peace of mind? So that was a mission to give parents some time back.
I love that. I have been a busy parent. I'm still a busy parent. My kids are getting a little bit older, but I'm still a busy parent. My wife and I have three kids, and I'm relating very much to what you're saying. There's so many things going on, and you want to all be on the same page and be in the right place at the right time. And it's tough, isn't it?
It is. How many times I have you forgot that hot lunch? Oops, sorry, sorry, honey, I forgot to
Yeah,
pay for that hot lunch. Yeah.
right. So what caused you to start it? What was the catalyst?
I was working at Rackspace, and one day my husband and I were sitting at the dinner table, kind of going through all the stuff that we have to do with the kids and the things that were coming and the things that we missed. And I said, I wish there was something to solve this problem. And then he looked at me and said, why don't you do it? It did take me a while. The idea was sitting with me for about a year and a half, and I thought eventually I'll get to it. And finally, I quit my job 8 months ago and started Envia. It's a whole new challenge, a whole new journey, but I'm excited about it. And I'm excited in terms of where we're going to go with it and how many people we're going to impact and how.
Awesome. Is this your first journey into being an entrepreneur?
Yes, it is.
All right.
It's different.
And I mean, tell us a little bit more about your past experience. How is all your past experience playing into this new venture?
Yeah, I've been in product management for over 15 years in different industries, taking a product from inception all the way to launch. And working at Rackspace has helped me in terms of understanding the cloud space and what technology is available. So from both a technical perspective and both from a product management perspective, that has helped me build this, helping me build this product. And because as part of being a product manager, you're working closely with customers and then understanding their needs and understanding their desires and also kind of anticipating where the trends are and how things are gonna pan out. So it's been a great experience and bringing all that experience and bringing it to Envia and building this product for parents, solving real challenges and pain points that parents are experiencing on a daily basis.
Awesome. Talk more about that. So there's lots of activities. What are the other pain points that families are struggling with?
Well, some of the things that families are showing up at the wrong soccer field. How many times, who has not done that before? I definitely have. Or forgetting to register your kid for swimming lessons. And I've definitely been there and done that too. Or parents are working and trying to move their career and advance their career while making sure that they gave everything to their kids, as many opportunities as possible. On top of that, the everyday household management from maintaining your house to cooking dinner to shopping and little things that everything adds up, right? And it just makes things your day much longer. And having NVIDIA to take some of those tasks away from you will help automate some of those tasks so that you don't have to think, so that you're showing up at the right soccer field or that you are paying for that hot lunch or you didn't forget that you're not dashing out to the store for that last minute birthday present that your kid's friend is having a birthday party the next day.
Yeah. So describe how you use Envia. Is it, what are you putting into it? What are you getting out of it? How is AI involved?
So Envia integrates with your email and other apps to automate all that incoming messages and emails from schools and sports and
Okay.
clubs. And then it pulls all that information and puts it into a shared calendar with smart reminders and conflict resolution. How many times have you been double booked and you find out 15 minutes before that you have one kid at the soccer field and your other kid at a different place for rugby? And how do you now, what do you do, right? And you have that last minute panic calls asking for somebody for help, another parent for help. Well, NBA will be able to detect that a lot sooner. As soon as it happens, it will notify you. It will flag it for you and let you know that you're double booked. Smart reminders in that how many times you forgot that you're supposed to bring it's a pink t-shirt day and you forgot to send your kid in the pink t-shirt, or you're supposed to it's your turn to bring oranges to the soccer game. And so those smart reminders will be there to help you with that. And then the predictive AI, that helps to think ahead and make recommendations. So you have a hockey tournament coming up, or you have a pro D-Day coming up, NVIDIA looks for all that and goes, hey, you have a pro D-Day coming up. Do you need to sign up your kid for a camp? Or do you need to sign up, register for book a hotel because you have a tournament coming up and somewhere else? Yeah.
So it's looking at your email. I'm assuming it's looking at calendars too.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And then are you able to put in more information that's not in your email or calendar?
Of course, you're allowed to put as much information as you want. You want to add chores for your kids and track your kids' chores. You could definitely do that. You want to add your own events, other events that are not part of your email or calendar, or if you want to do a carpooling system, I have one in place with my swimming group. So you could definitely put that in there. Or if you're volunteering for the pack, you could have all that information there. Yeah.
It's amazing. And some of this AI is pretty new and it just keeps growing by leaps and bounds. So some of the what you're talking about wouldn't even be possible not too long ago, right?
Exactly. And that's what the difference is between now and 2 years ago. It's the advancement in AI and what we can do with it, and how we could use AI for good, actually, for helping people, for helping parents to reduce some of that administrative tasks and give them back time and provide some cognitive relief. So it will be interesting to see where AI is going to go and what we're going to do with it and what kind of trends we're going to see with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, we're definitely talking about a lot of activities and things. I think I saw it on your website that it helps you move beyond the calendar. What
Yes.
does that mean?
So usually a calendar is passive, where Envy is interactive. It's smart. It thinks ahead. It's not another just passive calendar that doesn't do the things that Envia does. So Envia is a lot more than that. It offers the smart reminders, the conflict resolution, that predictive AI. So it's almost your little assistant that kind of whispers in your ears and and magic happens. So that's what Envia brings that and a calendaring system.
Very nice. And you talked about individually that prioritization was really important to you, just regularly prioritizing things. How does it help figure out what your priorities are and what matters most?
Envia, the calendar, our, you mean in terms of what your day looks like?
Yeah,
That's a great question. It will come down to learning from your habits and behaviors and realizing that if you have two competing priorities like swimming and, for example, this year my daughter had rugby and lacrosse at the same time, and often she ended up choosing rugby over lacrosse. And that's something that Envia will learn over time too, that hey, this individual is choosing this sport over this activity. So that predictive AI is part of learning from your habits and behaviors.
yeah. And you mentioned like it could help you with the carpool. Is it just everybody in the carpool have to have the app and be able to have it tap into their calendars and things?
Yeah, I mean, we have the concept of group, and that's what we are calling it internally.
Okay.
We haven't, I don't know what the external facing name will be. I've just called it group here. And that comes from a lot of people have that system, whether that's a volunteer system, carpooling, or what. A lot of parents have carpooling going on because, especially if you have more than one kid, or even if you have one kid, you still need help. How do I bring that system in? When I said that we're going to bring your entire support system in, that's part of your support system to have your carpool system in Envia. So it's all in one place. Everybody that's part of that carpool system could see what the schedule is and who's on what duty and what days.
Very nice. And of course, we've been talking a lot about spouses or partners or kids, but it also goes beyond that. You may be caring for an aging parent, correct?
Yes, yes. I know, for example, my parents are getting sick and old, and they're old and they need our help. So you could definitely schedule all of that in there as well. So I have siblings and we take turns doing different things, having that all in one place so that there's no missed appointments because you thought your sister's going to do it or your brother's going to do it. This is all in one place. Everybody knows who's doing what and when, and everybody knows where to show up.
Yeah, very nice. And I know about the challenges of that too. So, with my mom and my siblings, and it's there's a lot of coordination sometimes.
Yes, it is. And there's a lot of conversations around that. I do more than you.
So, with the ideal state that the aging parents are using the technology too, I know that's probably not going to always happen.
It depends on how tech savvy is. We
Yeah,
are designing NVIDIA for flexibility in that we're trying to make as frictionless as possible in terms of onboarding, user experience. We understand that we want to make this as easy as possible on the user so they don't have to be thinking about how to use the product. They just come in and start using the product. And if they're tech savvy enough, they should be able to use the product.
yeah. So, is it just as far as using it? Let's talk about that. So, you're getting alerts.
Yes, you're getting reminders. You're definitely getting smart reminders and telling you where to be and what to bring. And not only the smart reminders, you know how in today's calendar system, it gives you a 15-minute reminder. Well, this is smart in that it knows that if you have to, for example, if I have to be somewhere and it's a 45-minute drive to that soccer game, it will alert me a lot sooner than that so that it accounts into that driving time.
Very nice. And then besides the alerts, how would you interact with it? Is it something that you look at every morning or not?
Sure. I mean, you could have your daily or your daily activities or weekly activities so you could see what's coming ahead in advance so you're ready. You could have that. You could be interacting it by seeing as things come up, as things get pulled into your email, or things that your comes into your spouse's email and that gets added to the your calendar, to the group or to the family calendar, or things that your kids are adding. And for example, my oldest is 15 and she's volunteering. So, and she needs to be driven to some of those volunteer activities. She could add all that. So I know that this is coming up and I have to drive her.
Yeah, again, that sounds great. I've been I've been through it. I was telling you before we hit record that, my first book was on time management for introverts because, I had a full-time job. Me and my wife have a business. This on top of the full-time job, I have three kids, and life can get very busy, and there's a lot of things to juggle. And so I could have used this a little earlier.
Sorry.
I could still use it, so maybe I'll still use it now, but
Yeah, well, keep all your kids and yourself and your wife all connected, and you can see what's happening in their lives.
so ideally every family member has it.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Definitely we'll be offering family subscription and also individual subscription as well. I know that some individuals are a lot of individuals are busy. They have their full-time job, but then they're still they still have other friends and activities and things that they participate in, and or or they are part of a fantasy football and they want to track all that. Well, that's what Envy is there for. Yeah.
What else do you want people to know that we haven't talked about?
We're here to shape the future of family organization, and we want people to tell us how to do it and what are some of the things that they're seeing and experiencing in their lives and in their family dynamics that we're missing out on, and that we would love to see, that they would love to see in the product, and they would love to see us implementing that for them, bringing that as a feature into the product. I would like to see what are the different things that we haven't thought of, what are the different family dynamics, and I would love to learn more about how that all of that works for them and get to understand their pain points and challenges and solve that for them.
Yeah. And I love that. So it's going to be a continuous quality improvement type of
Hmm.
effort.
Definitely, we want your feedback, we want your opinions, we want to, this product is for you, for the customers. It's for them to tell us how to do it. And I want them to, and do tell us how to do it, because you're the customer, you know best at the end of the day.
Yeah. And just your opinion, what do you think as far as that work that you're doing? How is AI going to continue to change?
That's a very interesting question. I think it's, in some ways, it's definitely gonna make life easier for us. Even in my work, I use AI to do a lot of my stuff. It makes things a little bit more efficient, and it allows me to focus on some of the more important stuff that I need to focus on. So I think in terms of efficiency, it will definitely help and streamline some of the tasks that we don't like doing. Yeah,
It'll just keep getting better, right?
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I just keep noticing, oh, it can do this now, you know,
Yeah,
and maybe it couldn't do this a few months ago. So,
exactly. Yeah.
all right. Anything else you want to share today?
No, I'm excited to see what we're gonna build and how we're gonna impact lives, and have that opportunity to be able to do it too. And it's been a privilege to be able to do it actually.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on today. It's been a great conversation, definitely interesting and much needed, you know. We are busy people with lots of things going on. Where can people find out more about your work and yourself?
They could definitely check us out on LinkedIn, Envia, and they could check us out on our website. It's enviatogether.com. And then our socials are coming soon. Stay tuned.
Okay, but they'll be on your website, correct?
Yes, yes,
So if
definitely
you go to
link
your
from there too.
website, that's the place.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Thanks again for this conversation.
Thank you, David. I really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I hope you take the time to explore other episodes and learn from other amazing guests. Remember, if you're interested in getting to know yourself better, there is now a free Type Finder personality assessment on the Quiet and Strong website. This free assessment will give you a brief report, including the four-letter Myers-Briggs code. I'll add a link in the show notes. And I'd love to connect with you. Reach out at david@quietandstrong.com or check out the quietandstrong.com website, which includes blog posts and links to social media for Quiet and Strong and much more. Send me topics or guests you would like to see on the show. So many great things about being an introvert, and so we need those to be understood. Get to know your introverted strengths and needs and be strong.